And I'm finally willing to open up about to people. I'm not supposed to say. I'm not supposed to say. And I know that my boyfriend is gonna have an opinion on this. I'm telling you guys about this. I don't know if it's a good or bad opinion, but we'll see. I'll probably say it's really my choice to be saying this stuff. It's one of the very few live streams I've had. One of the very early few live streams I've had. My mistake. And yay. Alright, honestly feels so awkward. People are watching. I can hear it from a mile away. I'm so paranoid right now. I'm just gonna wait for some people to join. If, you know. Since I really want to do this, apparently. Yeah. Yep. But if you want to ask anything, go right ahead. Knock yourself out. It's fine with me, you know, since I'm already here. If anyone wants to ask anything, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to join. Hello. First live stream of this year, huh? Yep. If you... I'm just gonna wait, you know, for a while until a lot of people join. Since this is a pretty serious topic I'm about to talk about for me and stuff. I feel really awkward about this since I've been online for a week, honestly. I'm used to sitting in front of a computer all day. And there for 7 hours. And I'm finally going back to my school tomorrow, which is gonna be weird. This is really kind of an early stream for me. Yep. Usually I stream at like 10. Except I can't really now. I feel very awkward just sitting in the silence. So it makes me a little paranoid. Because I feel like that someone's just there. Except I'm in this room where I can see everything except around, like, my bed. Scares me a little. That's good. I'm being honest, like, this past month has actually been a crazy month for me since I got online for a week and things got really bad, like, in December a while ago. I was not in a very good state because my therapist has recently gotten out of town because of her dad's sick, and I don't have therapy at all. And stuck, you know, and she's complicated right now and stuff. And at the same time, trying to keep my grades good, you know. And, you know, trying to upload for you guys. Like, purely, I feel like I'm working myself to death half the time because I'm always busy. And I try to get things done as fast as I possibly can, you know. And I've actually got this really funny story. I thought my mom already knew that I was trans, but apparently she didn't. So I changed my TikTok account, and my mom follows my TikTok account, and I changed it, the name. And she looked at it, and she texted me, and she's like, "You want to tell me something?" I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "You want to tell me that what you did?" I'm like, "Huh?" She's like, "You want to tell me why you changed your TikTok account?" And I'm like, and I'm like, I go to my sister, and I'm like, did she tell you she was gonna ask me about this? And I was like, and she was like, no. And I was like, okay. And then I went back upstairs, and she goes, And I'm just laughing the whole time that she's like talking about, she's like, you want to talk about the elephant in the room right now? It was so awkward. And she found out that way. Like, my mom really found out that way. That's the best, gonna be my, gonna be my best coming out story ever. My mom would be the funniest way I came out so far. As trans. Because my mom already knew that I was quote unquote ace. But I didn't tell her I was Demi. So I was like talking to me about it over here, possibly. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. She's like, what do you. It's like, so when we gonna go shopping? And I'm like, what? That completely went over my head, she said. That was a full on this crazy time. I told my boyfriend about it. It's like, wow. uh, Goodness gracious. Yeah. And my one friend that I have, she told me one time, she's like, I can't even imagine you having long hair. So I went on my mom's Facebook account. I found old pictures of me with long, like super long hair that was so bright. It was like almost a white color. It's not like this, mine's more of a blue blonde now. It's turning brown and stuff. And I show her it. And in one of the pictures is like the most recent, it was like a year or two ago of me going to my winter dance in this like gold silver dress. I hate it. My mom let me wear it, and she got me this had a pearl necklace, and she curled my hair. Yeah, well, I'm gonna give it to my sister anyways, yeah. But I've been working my absolute butt off lately since I've got this research paper that I'm finally done with on the death penalty, by the way, and now I've got another one that I picked the topic about how depression affects schooling. It's really ironic. I'm actually more so my undiagnosed ADHD affects it, and probably my anxiety, my social anxiety. And this teacher, my teacher, I go in my class, it's my first period class, and he tells me all this stuff. Are you serious? I'm already done! Like, I'm such an overachiever sometimes. Like, I get it done straight away. I got it done in 3 days. I got, like, 2 pages of, like, I don't really have to do anything. Like, and half the time I don't even pay attention anymore because, like, I'm just so bored and I was just sitting there. And my history teacher, who's my last class period, he was like, well, Sam, you have one of these. And I'm like, what? I was not paying attention at all. I was just staring off in his face. And I'm like, and this other guy, he raises his hand. And he's like, is the something sisters learn about something dealing with food? I'm like, yeah, I have 3, and 3 brothers. I think you have one of these. You might have more. Like, do you not know my sister? Like, other people think I have older siblings, because most of my classmates have older siblings. Like, most of them. There's only like 2 people in my class that are only siblings. Most of them have like older siblings, and some of them don't. But I'm the only one. I'm the one who has the most siblings in the whole class. I have 6, and some people have 5 actually, but I had 6. But, I might as well start talking about what I was gonna start talking about the video, and it's a sort of serious topic, really. I'd really appreciate it if you guys happened really recent to me. It was in October, last year, 2021, and it was in school, and I'm on the newspaper. Schools have newspapers, but our newspaper is really small because our school's really small. Like, it's only got like 200 students. Like, not a lot because we don't have a lot in our town, in the borough and stuff. And so I'm on the newspaper. I'm an okay writer, like, I'm like, and I was assigned to like do captions and pictures with like a friend of mine who I knew since, my 7th grade year. Like, I knew him really well. Like, I would consider him a classmate, though we're not friends. I'd consider him an acquaintance, and like I knew him because I started hanging out with him and his friend at lunch. I was, hanging out with older kids. Like, this guy's a grade older than me, so, and he wasn't very liked back then. He still really isn't because he's sort of annoying, and everybody makes some kind of fun of his height. And just for reference, he's bi, by the way, and he has a boyfriend. And this is gonna make sense earlier on to why I'm telling you this, and it's really important. So we were doing pictures and captions, and we sat like in the back of the class, so like all back in a corner, and the door is like right next to us, and there's 2 teachers over here. My teacher is assigned this paper, and like a mentor to teacher. And we're in like the computer lab because, like, computers. And there's like 8 of us, at least 8 of us on like the newspaper, and like he's there like every Tuesday and like Thursday and Friday. I know that, like, by the back of my hand, pretty much. And I'm just trying to figure out how to word all this and stuff because this is giving me the jitters and bringing a lot of memories back. Like, really slow to what happened. And we get along very well, and he's a nice guy and stuff. And I actually eventually came out to him as Demi, but he doesn't know that I'm trans, so yay. That'll make sense soon too. And I told him he did not understand at all. And, everyone in my school just makes sexual jokes, and it's so disgusting, honestly. Like, some, actually, I can get a crack out of. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know, stupidity. But others, I'm just like, tomorrow, in my health class, since we're gonna be watching a movie on babies. Anyways, we were just, sitting and, working on, like, photos and, like, trying to get it work. But just, like, all of a sudden, he's just started to, like, get a little much of a person who likes people close to me. I didn't like people touching me that bad then than I do now. So it's kind of changed. And he would constantly, like, you know, tap my shoulder or touch my arm, you know, just like that. Like, casual touch my arm. And he would do this weird thing. I don't know why he would do it, but he'd also, like, touch his knees to my knees when we were sitting in our chairs. I didn't understand it. And I would tell him to stop, but he wouldn't, obviously. Never did stop. And, he then started to get, like, up close on my face, like, to the point I was leaning back like this the whole time. And, first day I got home, when he started doing it, I was like, I thought of nothing of it, until I thought more about it, and, like, this could, like, be developing into something, like, really bad. And I just, like, you know, shook off, like, as something, you know, nothing. But it continued to grow, eventually, and he continued to touch my arm, tap me, stuff, get my face, like this close to my face, maybe a little close, like this close, and, and when really, I never brought anything up to anybody about this until the start of the next week, really. Cause that's just when I was really, like, getting uncomfortable about it, and he was like, you know, this is stupid, and he absolutely did not like this at all, you know. Obviously got pretty mad about it, and then, you know, he continued, like, to do it. He continued to touch my arm. He continued to get in my face. And then, human being, obviously not. She loves to hit me in the back of the head right here. She will hit me like that, like way harder. It hurts. And it was stupid of me to tell him this, but I told him that my sister would come into the room and hit me. And he eventually started to stand in front of me like this, standing up, defending me. I was kind of weirded out, but I was like, you know, that's kind of what people do. I guess friends do. I don't know. And what was even weirder is that I all the time make freaking suicide jokes, and it's terrible. Like, I also make death jokes. I also put myself down a lot. And whenever I did that around him, he would get up stuff, and I'm like, why does he care? Like, and, you know, he started defending for my sister. My sister eventually stopped. And I told him, like, to not defend me. And he did it anyways, but, you know. I told my boyfriend about it, and he's like, he just wants to protect you, be your knight in shining armor. And I was like, okay, you sounding kind of a little jealous. But okay. I think that he is. I don't know. That was a long time ago. But, he's still not over it, by the way. But, Gesundheit. And, then one day he got really up close to my face. The teacher walked by and didn't tell him. He just said his name, didn't say anything about it. I was like, are you serious? And then I told my sister, and she didn't believe me. She didn't really think of anything of it, really. And she's like, yeah, Grandma, we'll see. And to the point where it came up like the third week, I was honestly scared, like almost deathly scared to be near him. Like, I wanted to cry because of this stuff, and he was there all, you know, and like every time like I knew he was gonna be there, I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna be there. I was just like hoping that something wouldn't happen, and something happened always. And I got really upset about it, and the more that I told about it to my boyfriend, the more upset he got. And it got to the point where he just was like kind of blaming himself. Like, I don't know if he wants me to tell him this, but like he blamed himself that he couldn't do anything about it. And like I told him not to, and like I was like, this has to stop. Like, I can't have him blame himself for this at all. And like I was just so scared though that something, that the final straw, the final day that I could take of it. He and I were playing a game, playing a normal game, but he continued to get really close. He was just, close, like, I don't like people near me, obviously, so it made me really uncomfortable. But, like, I had to keep, like, it in, because I was always on, like, the verge of having a breakdown. My boyfriend's texting me right now. But I'll respond to him in a second. Right after I finish this, because I want to finish this and text him. And he's probably gonna text me about this, probably, I don't know. Or he's probably just gonna ask to call him. But, final day, just playing a game. And he did something that made me, like, this was the final straw. Like, he touched, like, the lower part, like, here. Like, right there. For, like, 3 seconds. And, like, I was just done. I couldn't take it anymore. And, I was having breakdowns almost every day because of this. And because no one would believe me. No one would, except for my boyfriend. No one would. So I decided to, take action because of this. And I went to, unfortunately, my, this, and I told her everything that happened and stuff, and, like, all this has been happening. I'm like, me and my boyfriend points to the point we were convinced that he liked me, and my boyfriend said that he wanted both. I'm like, well, he doesn't know. He's like, yeah. I was just upset about it beyond belief, and together, and then she had to pull me aside in one of my classes, and because my newspaper teacher wasn't here, and I had to tell her who it was because he was there, so we could be separated. I told her who it was, I told him his name and stuff, and she was like, thank you for telling this. We're gonna separate you two, so hopefully that this stops. And she thankfully did, and I actually got partnered with my new friend. That's actually how my friend and me met. then we started hanging out, and I was honestly still, you know, iffy about it all, and I just kind of want to be near him anymore. But, I kind of got over it after a while and stuff, and, I've kind of been okay with it. Yeah. Sometimes one time he asked me if I was okay, and I was just like, kind of iffy about that, because, yeah. People are walking around, I know. My sister's talking over there right now. But I've gotten over it, told her a little bit about it. She couldn't believe it. I honestly scared beyond belief of what could happen. And my counselor he confronted me and said that he didn't like me at all. And I was like, he was assaulting me unintentionally. And he told me this through text message. And I was like, he told me this, and he was like, oh, I don't like you and stuff, and I'm sorry about this. I'm like, why? And he's like, apologize? I'm like, normally when I touch people, I show affection, or that I care about them, and like, well, and actually, like, one of the reasons, like, he touched me, actually, and this, like, went, like, from, like, the first or second date that I was so jumpy, like, I would go, like that, like, or just, like, do that, or go to the side, and I couldn't, and he was like, oh, well, you're getting used to it more. I'm like, yeah, sure, getting used to it. I wasn't. I don't like people touching me for a reason. But I think we're on good terms now, honestly, and it was a lot of false accusation and stuff, and things have gotten better. Well, a little bit better. Now I don't really like people touching me. I only let people that I fully trust touch me. I don't care if my dad wants to. I don't care. But this has been something that I've wanted to do for a while, but I was like, it's kind of stupid that I would tell people that are anonymously, like, watching me on the internet, or, like, I thought it was stupid, but then I was like, might as well, since I'm over it now and stuff, like, yeah, I might as well, get off now, because I gotta call him, and it's late, and I got school tomorrow, so, hopefully I'll post soon. I got another reaction video coming up soon, so, and I've got one uploading right now, so, I'll see you later. See you all later, I guess. Have a good night, I guess. Day, whatever. Bye.